Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. We are back with part 2 of our Traveler's Notebook using the Jenn Hadfield Peaceful Heart collection. If you missed yesterday's video, you'll want to go check that out. In there, we have gone through all the steps of putting the Traveler's Notebook together. And now today, I'm going to leave this as mostly a process video showing you how I have decorated up each of these pages. So I am using mostly things from the Peaceful Heart collection. I have also pulled in some Project Life cards from the Maggie Holmes open book collection. I was really lucky to find a pack of those a few years ago, and I tend to use them very sparingly, but they fit really well in with the colors of this collection. So I've pulled a few of those in. And then of course we have stickers from the collection, and I've also pulled in a pale pink pattern paper, just a 12 by 12 pattern paper, to add in bits and bobs of that here and there. And lastly, some vellum from Stamp Market. So without further ado, I am going to turn up the music and let you enjoy the process. I like to share with you guys how I lay things out and what I pull in and pull out and how I move things around until I get something that I am happy with. I will be back at the end of the video with a full walkthrough of the finished project. So I will talk to you then. Okay, so let's do a final look through of this project. I had planned to just do this as a voiceover, but I thought, you know, it'll be easier to just film it while I talk about it instead of trying to match my hands while I do the voiceover. So this is the finished Traveler's Notebook. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I loved this blue pattern paper. This was my favorite of what I had gotten from the collection. Now this was from Peachy Cheap, so I didn't have the full collection to work with, but I do still have some left over, quite a bit actually, so I will probably do at least one more project, I think, with this. We'll see what I come up with. But so on the front, I've layered together some paper. I have a light pink. This is actually not from the collection. I had pulled this in to be the opposite side of my shaker page, and of course the shaker page did not work out. So I had a little bit more of this sort of hanging around, and I added that in the background. It matched so perfectly. This is a piece of some cards from the open book, what do we call those? The open book Project Life cards. I could not think of that name. I pulled in some of those because I needed something that was similar to a cut apart, some things that were a little bit larger and also not as thick as the foam stickers. I didn't want to be using those constantly, you know, all over every page, because this did end up pretty thick on its own anyways. So you'll see that I pulled some of those in, but other than that, I really haven't used too much extra with this project. It's pretty much what I got from the Peachy Cheap deal. So again, I got some things layered here. I folded over this third piece here, and then I've got a sticker and a puffy sticker on top. So lots of dimension. I really love how that looks. I thought about stitching it, but I didn't want to have the stitching to go across my lettering, so I just decided to go ahead and glue everything down. So I have added a tab here just because I love the look of all of these extras sticking off on the side. So I've got a tab that I've just added in just for pretty, and the back side of that is yellow, which matches this. These two here are from the open book Project Life cards. I've layered some vellum, some pattern paper. I did a lot of tearing of the pattern paper for some texture. This is a little tuck spot. You can put some memories, photos, and things behind. Again, a spot for either a photo or some journaling, and you could tuck some things up underneath this as well if you wanted to. Onto the next page. This is cut out from a Project Life card. I just fussy cut this, and then a piece of vellum here that I've attached. This of course will go either on top of or underneath the camera. I thought it would be really fun to write on the vellum. If you use a marker pen, you would be able to do that, and then you could actually stick a photo underneath that for memories. And I love the look of vellum over photos and things like that. And then I inserted a journal page. My original thinking with this was calm. I was going to put calm on the front of it. And then when I got to the finished one, I felt like the thankful made more sense. I was kind of thinking, and the theme of a lot of this is sort of like a retreat and serenity and yoga, and I was thinking this would be a great sort of memory book for something like that. So I pulled out I have a very old dictionary that I tear some pages out of. I pulled out the one that has calm on it. That was why I chose this page. And then of course I layered this up with some washi tape. I think that is a Maggie Holmes washi tape, I'm not positive. A puffy sticker and a piece of the torn paper. The back, I had originally had this attached to the back, and then I decided it was too much, so I took that off and moved it over to the side, of course leaving some sticking out, so we have this to work as a tab. And then up at the top, I loved these clips that were included in with the stickers, so I added that, and then I also backed that with a second one so that it is front and back on the top there. This is a sticker tag that I've added some navy thread to match the navy in the collection. Another little tag that I've cut out from one of the open book Project Life cards. And of course you can stick some things up under there if you want to. Got some houses along the bottom, and then this side I left pretty plain. I just added a sticker that reads, be happy, be brave, be kind, be true, be loving. Really like this sort of craft, pale pink, monotone feel of this spread right here. And then we've got some greens and some pinks. I inserted one of the larger Project Life cards, and then I have covered two smaller ones on either side of it. That worked out to be the perfect size. This book, when I run out of these, I'm going to be very sad because this is one of my favorite cards from that collection. But I thought this would be a nice way or place to document some books maybe that you're reading on, like finding your calm, finding your peace, things like that, or just a current reading list even. I thought you could pop that on the back. I've got a little sticker that reads grow there, and then I've also added this little heart paper clip, so you could take that on or off, of course. A little sticker here at the bottom that just says grateful for you. And then this is my middle page. This is sort of the idea that I had from the very beginning. I love this page with the relaxed, authentic, rested, and this was sort of what gave me the idea of like maybe this would be something to remember a yoga retreat or take with you and fill up as you're there. So space behind here that I've left that you can easily add some very small pictures, maybe some journaling to go along with it in some of the emptier spaces. And that is the halfway point in the center of the book. And then the next one, here you can see this is just some torn piece of a Project Life card here and one of the stickers. This is the other side of that larger Project Life card that I've sewn in. This was what it actually looked like before I covered it. I've added breathe in this little sort of tag space here and some flowers. On the back I have one of the foam stickers that reads see the good. And then on the bottom, believe in yourself. I've added in this yellow tab. I felt like I needed more sort of sticking out on the side here. And then I had this leftover piece from one of the borders, and I thought that worked really well, so I added that in also. Next page, this is also one of my favorites. I think these two together, really, I just love the look of these two pages. So I have added here, I'm going to try to hold this a little better. I've added here this bag here, and I pulled a tag from my stash, added some of that same navy thread, and then of course you could stick some photos or other things in there. You wouldn't have to use the tag, but I wanted to have a little something sticking in that bag. And then the little mirrors that came with the collection, I wanted to accentuate some of these little polka dots, so I've added those on. Over here we have got one of the foam stickers, and then one of the sticker tags and a little flag that I've layered together. And then at the top I'm using the larger of the clips. Now there was only one of these, so I backed it with paper so it wouldn't be sticky on the other side, but I wanted to use the two different sizes. I thought that would be nice for some variety. Next page, I really like this one too. I love the softness of it and all of the pinks and sort of purples together. So I've added this border and then the butterfly and the bee. This I backed on some vellum and then trimmed out, and you could stick something underneath there if you wanted. It's stuck down pretty tight that it would work as a tuck spot. This of course is the other side of the dictionary page, and I've got a Project Life card, one of the foam stickers there. On the back, right in the center, is a sticker that reads, all I need is within me. And then, as you'll remember, the sequin, a page that I wanted to do, did not work out, but I just thought that this mix matched this collection so well, I wanted to include some of it. So I've put it here inside a glassine bag with some, this is actually double taped, it's rolled and then taped again just to make sure that nothing falls out. Made a little belly band here, left this edge on the paper to create one more tab off to the side, and then of course I layered one of the foam stickers and a piece of the sort of tape looking stickers underneath there. And then the last one, I have backed this thank you on some black I liked the look of black here, but I didn't want to cover the whole page with black, so just a little border of that under the sticker and put that in place. You can very easily stick something underneath that, but it is nice and tight. And then lastly, this I'm thinking is sort of a frame for a picture would be perfect right on top of there, and finishing up with the home sweet home. One last tab here on the back as well. And that is the back. So it has been a while since I have made something sort of non-card, and this was a great project to get back into the habit. I definitely want to keep doing some more of these, but I was inspired by this collection, so I maybe will be working in the next couple of days on a few more projects. I think I'll be able to get at least one, maybe two more out of all of these goodies, and of course when I have those finished I will share them with you. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.